Thanks for staying with us. Now, talent is something that one is born with. It is your natural ability to do something without really thinking about it. Now, skill, on the other hand, is something that you acquire after putting in a lot of hard work. Unlike talent, it is not inborn, but learned. Even though we are naturally gifted with our talent, is it enough to sustain us and bring success? That's the question for tonight. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. All right, so quickly before I bring in our guest, I wanted to say welcome, Uti Elu. What happened? You're good.
Let's just say hi, everyone. Good evening. And that's all I'm saying. Hi.
So how are you?
Yeah. I want to take a nap.
You want to take a nap? After the show, you do that. But let's talk talent, Uti. What do you think? Because a lot of times I see people talk about talent, or this person is naturally gifted and all of that. But I mean, no matter how gifted you are, if you do not push yourself, you do not train yourself, put in the work, there's no guarantee for success. I mean, they always say, give example of Ronaldo and Messi. They'll come and attack all these footballers, but you would know on one hand that somebody actually built it and somebody is just naturally gifted. So let me hear your thoughts on it.
So, I mean, I look at it from the perspective of, I think I've talked about this book in the past, about mindsets and whether you have a growth mindset. And yes, there's natural talent, no doubt about it. I mean, Beyonce probably came out of the womb hollering and singing, and Mariah Carey and all the legs. But there's also something to be said for the dedication and the passion that it takes to develop something and get you to that point. So the argument for me is, if Beyonce didn't go through the grooming that she went through, if her father didn't put her through the running and the singing, would she be the performer that she is today? She'd be a great singer. She'd be a great vocalist. I mean, Christina Aguilera is an awesome vocalist. Where is she today? So it's not about raw talent. It's about also how you channel it and what you do. So it's a combination for me. You do have to have talent. That probably takes you from here to, like stratosphere status. But you also can work at it if it's something that you're passionate at. I mean, if you can't sing, you can't sing, but you can get better at something. So talent is everything. Skill just takes it up.
Absolutely. How are you, Elsie? Do you have any talent that we are not aware of?
Which one? What is talent exactly?
She has a talent for mischief.
Oh, really? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
She did not even argue.
No, they don't argue that kind of thing.
I think I have the talent for talking.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. I have a God-given talent for talking. Yeah.
All right, so let me bring in our guest, Oyindamola Kolawole Emmanuel, popularly known as DFLEX, is a professional contortionist. This word is heavy, and performer, also a certified yoga instructor and a flexibility coach. DFLEX has participated in a number of performances originating in Nigeria and beyond. DFLEX was a notable finalist on Nigeria's Got Talent 2014 and has also appeared in Circus Z Air in the UK 2020 tour, performed at the Lagos State Countdown 2018 and the Big Brother Nigeria reality show in 2019, to name a few. Now, DFLEX has even headlined his own show last year entitled Limberness, to promote the act of contortion in Nigeria. Now, DFLEX also appeared on the show America's Got Talent Audition 2021 season 16, where we all watched the viral video of all 4 judges giving him a yes. So if you've not seen the video, here it is.
So why you not believe?
You fit.
I know you asked that.
No asking.
Let us welcome him first, yo. Nigeria to the world. Thank you so much for joining us. So please, I beg, stop giving me hypertension. This thing, I cannot deal. I can't deal with it at all. But give us a little bit of background. How is it possible for someone, a human being, to be flexible? Is it something that you're born with, or is something that I don't know? How is it possible?
Growing up, everybody has a little bit of flexibility in them. I think it's natural for every newborn children, but there are other kind of children that actually have a different kind of bone structure and muscle structures that helps them bend their body extremely. That they're actually hypermobile. So it is they bend their body extremely than someone another kind of person. So with constant practice, with constant rehearsals, the person gets better and better and better, and yeah, that's what helps the act. That's what builds the act. That's what creates the act contortion.
When did you realize that this hypermobility is something you want to
you had
build on?
Being a contortionist.
Yeah.
Okay. It was in secondary school. I had issues academically. I am not an academics person, so I felt I needed to do something right because I was having issues at home because I wasn't the academic person with my mom and my dad, and they wanted me to become an engineer, a doctor, and also.
The typical.
And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I have the brain to carry all that. And on the playground one day, I discovered I could do the jump rope where I can take my hand backwards and forward, and it felt amazing and it was unreal. I showed my friends and they were amazed. And a couple of days I started discovering all these tools. I could suck my belly in, it's called a vacuum, in and out, and gradually I started discovering I could put my leg over my head, and with time everything started improving. I started practicing and I joined a dance group which actually helps me a lot, and I understood I needed to do something better.
Sorry, I could have sworn that you started when you were 2 or you were 3. So I was going to say to you, I mean, contortion is not something that is popular here in Nigeria, and the expectation is not that someone can do it. So it sounds so random that you found this talent one day just by chance. But what was it that, I mean, how do you go from I can just swing my hand over to this? I mean, there must be a journey, there must be something, because it's not like you said, you joined the dance troupe, but it's not like someone comes to you and says, oh, here's a roadmap to becoming a contortionist and ending up on, you know, America's Got Talent, Nigeria's Got Talent and all of that. So what makes DFLEX DFLEX?
Okay, well, what actually brought about all this was, like I said, I felt I needed to do something better. I needed to show to my dad, because he asked me, can you name a contortionist that is successful in Nigeria? He said, you can name a dancer, you can name a musician, you can name a comedian, you can name an actor, but can you name a contortionist that is successful in Nigeria? And then I was dumbfounded, I couldn't name anyone. And I think then, unconsciously, I said to myself, I was going to be successful in this field, unconsciously, and I continued. He chased me out of the house for a couple of days, and I still continued. But unfortunately, before I could get to the limelight of Nigeria's Got Talent, he passed. So he actually didn't see me perform at all. So then, after that, before that, I had watched a lot of America's Got Talent videos, and I've seen a couple of contortionists. A friend came to me one day and said, look at this guy, and I'm like, wow, this guy is really flexible. And he was like, if you meet this guy one day, would you be able to like challenge him? Would you be better than this person? And I also said, I think I'm going to do everything possible to get to this level one day. So those were the things that triggered my hard work, and because I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I just kept working hard. And I was lucky to have a very solid support to push my craft, and along the line it didn't seem real, it didn't seem it was going to happen. But I just had that one bit of me that usually says, just keep going.
So I don't know if you watch Flash. Have you seen the contortionist in Flash? That one that goes through that goes through what's it called? Keyholes and I say here.
Really?
But that one is Juju.
No, that's superhero
But
stuff.
that's just me throwing like a joke. You know, that one you cannot do that. But I was gonna ask you, talking about Americans Got Talent, you know, first of all, you as a contortionist, you know, just appearing on this grand stage.
Well, as per how far I've gone, it's not something I can disclose yet, because there would be a deliberation
Ooh.
as to people that made it to the next round of the competition after the audition level. So it will be aired very soon. I don't quite know when yet.
Okay.
So there will be a deliberation to pick the people that actually made it to the competition. And also, what was the next question?
I was going to say that the opportunities.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? Just hold that thought. Let's go for a very, very short break. When we return from the break, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now, if you just tuned in, we're having an amazing chat with DFLEX.
How flexible are you?
Mike, wait, I'll tell you how flexible I am. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. We're already having messages, but you know what? You know, because you said something when I asked you if it is inborn and all of that. I remember when I was growing up, I used to do all the splits. I used to do, you know, I had a cousin that would do the, what did you call it, the jump rope.
Yeah.
He used to do that. So, but are you trying to say that from a young age now, if I want my child to become a contortionist, I can just probably start to put her through maybe one of your classes to take the training?
The classes, yeah. When she starts taking the training, if she finds interest, if she finds fun in it, she would.
Wait, Difla, let me ask you one question. I know I can be naive, but if I see you, I think you use jazz to do some of the things you do, because you know, no, because you don't get my point. Like, how on earth can somebody, you know, the kinds of twisting and the turning, right? So you're trying to tell me that all this is continuous training.
Yeah, training.
Hey, God.
It's just like when you have a rubber band. A rubber band. When you buy a rubber band, it's normal.
Are you saying that?
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, but when you bond your hair with the rubber band, and you leave it for a while, it expands. You take it out, you try and bond your hair with it again. When you bring it out again, you see it has expanded again. That's the consistency of bonding your hair with that same rubber band. Makes it expand. So the consistency of you practicing all the time makes your body get used to that particular set of routines and makes your body stay that way.
So, because I mean, I just want to ask that. So, how often and how long do you practice?
Okay, well, for me, contortion is the only thing I do, and anything else I do is still related to the act. So I practice like every day, and sometimes I go 2 hours, sometimes 3. And if I don't feel very comfortable, you know, there are sometimes you just don't feel so motivated. I could just do about a 30-minute stretch and that's it. So for me, it's like everyday practice for me. It's either in the morning, afternoon, or night. I just must practice because I know this is what I do, and I have to be able to entertain people. I have to be able to show people something new. I have to be able to like be creative enough. So it's not just about the flexibility, it's what you can actually do with it. The creativity.
So I want to actually take you back a bit to when you made that unconscious decision to say that you're going to be one of the that people would know in Nigeria. So what steps, what kind of training? I know you trained. What did you start doing? Where did you go to? Who trained you? Like, how did you
because in line with that question, somebody is actually asking that I have a talent, but do not know how to start. But you didn't put your name, you know. So
talent.
Yes, I think he says he has the talent.
Hypermobility.
Yeah.
Well, it's something easy. Starting is easy. Yeah.
Wow.
But what most people lack is what to do, how to do it, how long to do it, and when to do it. What to do in the sense that most people don't know the parts of muscle groups to stretch, the parts of how would I put it, muscle groups, what stretches to do, when to do them, and how to actually do them. Because along the line in my journey, I discovered that contortion is just like you studying physics. Contortion is just like you studying mathematics. You have to understand your body. If you don't understand your body, yes, you will get injured. You get muscle pull, you get broken bones. So yeah, it's with the right calculations. When you understand your body, you can know what to do, when to do them, and how to do them. So basically, what what I did when I was coming up was I actually went online. I watched videos of contortionists and I saw how they do them. There was a time in my life where I would mix a certain contortionist and I would recreate what the person did on the other side of the picture, and I put it out. And gradually doing that, I started understanding how everything works. I watched a couple of tutorials on how to improve flexibility, and I did them on myself, and it really worked for me.
For someone that says he was not interested academically, you're really, and this is what I keep saying to people, just know where your purpose and your vision is, because nobody would know that whether you went to school, you have a PhD, it doesn't matter at that point. But I was going to add something quickly that, first of all, have you had any injuries? How, because you mentioned dangerous, and I mean, when we're going to, I was just telling you behind the scene that my makeup artist, when she was doing our makeup, she said that somebody just died at a Lake bit, that he twisted in a funny way, and and because it was being captured live, that was how the guy lost his life. Have you had injuries? And again, how much respect do people attach? Because I know in Nigeria we don't respect talents. We do not, we start to price them as if it's crayfish you want to buy in the market and all of that. How much respect have you attracted, and how do you demand certain kinds of fees? For somebody probably that wants to start it professionally.
Well,
about injuries first.
Injuries, okay, yeah. Concerning injuries, I've had injuries several times. The most tedious injuries I've had was a muscle pull while I was trying to do the splits and everything. So I pulled the muscle. That was why I said when people don't understand when to stretch, how to stretch, and where to do them, understanding the body itself. I pulled the muscle and it was very painful. I was down for about 2 months.
Wow.
So I was trying to recover and everything. And the other injuries I get is when I'm practicing. When I try to do something new and I miss a certain calculation, I fall down and scratch my hands on the floor and all that. I have a couple of bruises over my body because of that. So, but for me, it's normal, because if I don't do it, I won't get to where I want to get to. If because of the injury, I stop, I won't go to the next level. So yeah, that's the injuries are like part of the journey. Footballers get injured and they still come back, so it's part of the journey.
But this is your injury. I hope they're paying you very well for it.
When it comes to payment in Nigeria, it is, I'll be very honest, it is bad. Contortion and talent in Nigeria is not appreciated. And I said earlier that my dad asked me if I know a contortionist in Nigeria. Today, I can be proud and say I am a successful contortionist. Yes. I am the leading voice of contortionists in Nigeria. If you mention a contortionist in Nigeria, DFLEX's name will come out first. And this is not me bragging, this is my hard work.
You've done the work.
And I've done over years and years of hard work, posting stuffs and trying to create something new, trying to be creative with my craft. So appreciating contortion in Nigeria, because our focus on that is very poor. And like you said earlier, they price it like they're pricing peanuts. I've had that situation over and over and over again, and I got tired of it. I wanted to quit and maybe like look for something else to do, but it didn't work for me. This is where I find comfort. And I didn't mention contortion is what changed my life as a person, and it is what helped me know how to speak very well.
Wow.
You understand? Because I was eager to read, I was eager to learn about it, I was eager to understand what it is. I was eager to, I asked myself, if you go for an interview about what you're doing, how would you speak? What would you say to people? Because it's not about having the talent, it's about being able to communicate. So if you can't communicate, then your talent is shit.
That's it.
You understand? So
I just wanted to ask, you've said so many things, and all I keep seeing is someone who's determined, someone who is disciplined. And when we look at Nigeria today, I mean, we're a very young population. People say Nigeria kills dreams. But it sounds to me like you've managed to give your dream life. You've birthed something. Like you said, when you talk about contortionism now, your name comes up. It's something that doesn't exist today. And now you're driving that forward. What would you share with people to say, look, this is what determination is. This is what, when you wake up in the morning and you don't know how to put one foot in front of the other, what would you say? Because a lot of youth need to hear.
Someone once said to me once, and this is the word I held on to all my life. It's what I've been holding on to all my life. When preparation meets opportunity, it is equals to success. That's the word I've held on to all my life. And I'm like an introvert. I'm an introvert. I don't pay attention to so many things I see. I try to do my bit and keep at it. Most things that drive people's attention, most things that leads people's attention away from what they do is because they get carried away by what they see outside, social media, personal life, and being unable to handle some certain kind of things. And these are the things I've been able to manage myself. And one of the reasons why I've been able to manage it is because I have a partner that sees my dream, that understands my dream, that wants the best for me. Whenever I'm trying to drift, she puts me back in order. She tells me, this is what you want to achieve. This is where you want to. This is where you want to be. So you have to keep pushing, even though it is not forthcoming.
What's her name? Let's give her a shout out.
Her name is Dami.
Hi, Dami.
Hi, Dami.
We love you already.
I was so proud of how he spoke about
her. Yes,
at AGT
yes.
as well, and it's just
the right kind of motivation.
Yeah, the right kind of motivation.
So yeah, and one other thing that actually helps me grow is because I don't associate myself with a lot of friends. I don't have so many.
You look
friends.
it, you know, because when you came into the studio, you just sat quietly. You know, those kind of. It's not those kind of. I think because your craft doesn't require the distractions. Yeah, it doesn't. Let's take some comments. Okay, so Ade, Uti, are you sure you are ready for our comments?
Let me check.
Okay, so let me take this one. It says, no name though, but without perspiration, talent would not amount to anything. Competence, which is a primary requisite for excellence, is a product of consistent improvement over time. Many Nigerians have had the talent for long, or fencing being competed for at the Olympics, but no Nigerian is competing in those particular games because of lack of development of those talents.
Okay, I think Uti, you can't find your.
Yeah,
let me join. So it says, good evening, ladies. This is from Ade. He lives in the UK. Our friend. He has added his gentleman. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is a rubber band, oh. Not DFLEX anymore, that you're a rubber band. He's very flexible with his body and well talented. Keep the flag flying, brother. As regards Ade. Thank you so much, Ade, for so you will soon do something light for us. But I was going to ask that if you had one thing to say to, because for your craft, I mean, I'm just looking at you and I'm picturing you inside Flash. They'll just replace that guy with you, you know, at least we know that you're doing amazing. So if you had something to say, also because again, people that would project your craft are filmmakers, you know, people always, entertainers, they'll feature you in all of those things. What would you say to them, you know, what are you offering them? So that they can now begin to include you in everything, you know, that they do?
Well, the only thing I'm just going to say is I am ready. I'm ready to work with any brand, any movie industry that is ready to work with me. I know I can do very well when it comes to horror movies, adventure movies, and all sorts. And I did a project for myself to put out there in case any brand sees any possibility. I created my a sports kind of contortion style, so where I dressed up as a basketballer, a footballer, and a tennis player, and I did a couple of my contortion poses. So that's just me, like putting myself out there. This is what I can do. So if you have an idea, if you see it and you feel, wow, this is good, we can have this guy wear our brand and do something to promote the brand. And let's say like there's a new kind of pair of jeans that someone just made. I'm not saying it is done, I'm just saying that is very flexible and you want to advertise it. Yeah,
so people can actually sit down with you and create something
around the brand. Okay, so what are you going to create for us now? Okay, because we run out. Yeah, so you wanted one last question?
Okay, so I was just going to say, you've done AGT and I noticed you've been on a lot of shows to show them what you can do. What is the next step after AGT? Because I'm believing and hoping that you will get the call back. I mean, I'm believing. So after that,
do we need to vote? Let us know.
What's the next step?
It's during the live show.
Okay.
The next step for now I am trying to have my Guinness World Record attempt for the most skips with one leg behind the head. So that's the major goal now for me after AGT. Then whatever comes next.
So you are like, you know, I like his style. Once you hit a target, you meet it, you move on. So you are just
funny enough, these are the things I have said to myself over the years that I would achieve, but I just don't know what it is I will do or when
you do it.
So as life goes on, I can now relate it. Okay, if I want to achieve a Guinness World Record, how can I do it as a contortionist? So I saw it, I googled it, and I saw someone that has done it before, and I'm like, okay, this is something I can do, and I'm going to beat the record.
So you have the floor. What are you doing for us tonight?
Do something.
Do we need to move out to the
No, we're not moving. No, let's just. Hey, Jehovah Shammah.
We need background music. We need background music.
Concert.
Da da da.
Da 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 da.
No, right? Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to video this.
Wait.
Personal performance.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
The video. Oh,
Wow.
It is turning people
Oh my God.
up close and personal.
Oh my God. Ow. Oh my God.
Yoruba will say rao.
It's one thing to see it on TV, it's another thing to see it live.
It's so scary.
Bones are turning in directions they shouldn't go.
Wow.
Who's the commentator?
I have to. Like, people don't understand. You have to give people a sense of what it is like up close and personal.
Wow.
Like,
oh my God.
it's so fluid.
Whoa.
What style is this called, yo? Hey.
This is bone breaking.
Ha.
Whoa.
It really is
We
bone
can hear
breaking.
the bones
This is bone
breaking.
crushing.
You see why I say you need to
Wow.
comment? Also,
That was wow.
well done.
Wow. So if someone wants to reach out to you, they already have the gift and the talents. You have like a training center, because I know you are a yoga instructor. You also you train as well. So where is your place located so that they can?
I don't have a particular.
Okay,
place
so you do
yet.
home services?
So, yeah, I do personal training, and if you have a gym where you work out and you want to invite me to help you out with your flexibility, yeah, I could always come. So I'm part of my goal. Yeah.
You train kids?
Yeah, sure.
What's your lowest age?
From 5.
Oh, okay.
And if you have a very strong 4-year-old, because they are, at that age, most of them are very fragile. So if you have a very strong 4-year-old from 4, 5 upwards, and part of my goal is also to have my own studio to train people. So, and you know, in Nigeria, it's difficult when you don't have a form of movement and a location. So if you like jump buses all the time, because I'm still jumping buses.
Don't worry, your status has changed.
Cars are coming.
You will come back to where that you tell us that the status has changed.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
if you have a very fluent form of transportation, it's easier. So those are the limitations for me right now. So, but then I know with time it's going to get better.
So you know what? Okay, you want to say something quickly?
You are still jumping buses, but you made it to AGT. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but we must celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, when I said it before, determination.
Yeah.
People make excuses. People say it's
I don't-
Nigeria.
I don't have
People
this
say I don't have opportunities. I don't have connection. This man is still taking buses.
And I was going to say to
but he's
anybody
on it.
listening out there, these are the kind of people you should invest your money in. This is a brand. And I was just going to ask you one last question. You said something earlier that it changed your life. Because you see, young people like you will be thinking of Yahoo, they'll be thinking of other things. You thought about something that could, make a difference. How did it change your life quickly?
The act?
No, yes, the act.
Well, being the first person, I felt like I had the responsibility to give it a face, and I had something to prove to my dad, wherever he is, to see that this boy really understands what he's doing, even when he felt like he didn't understand what he was doing. And when I had my child, it gave me more motivation to do better, and I wouldn't want to be found wanting. I wouldn't want a situation whereby my child grows up and be like, why did you give birth to me when you were not ready? And so consortion actually did everything for me, and it was because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to prove something to my dad, to prove something to myself, that aside from academics, you can actually do something very well.
Fortunately, we don't have time to go into what Paul is talking about when it comes to a child that you say this child is not doing well. So why not find
there are alternatives,
and help them come through?
Absolutely.
But thank you. How can people reach you personally?
Social media.
Social media is Instagram at official DFLEX.
Okay.
Twitter, it's still at official DFLEX.
Okay.
And what else? Facebook is DFLEX Deflexibility.
Oh, wow.
And TikTok official DFLEX 1.
Your TikTok must be huge.
Nah, it's not huge. My Instagram is huge after the competition.
It's low now. But thank you so much. I think we've had an amazing time with you. Honestly, we would hope to really bring you back in again. And I look forward to you having like a big school where people can actually walk in and just, you know, have their children training and all of that. So if you have you're an investor out there, you have money, this is where
you're a brand that wants to work with something that will be creative for your ads. Please.
Honestly, they are great brands, and he is a good brand, you know, and let us support, you know, good things.
For all the people that are doing webinars and courses, I mean, this is the man that needs to be speaking to young people. These are the kind of personalities we need to put in front of our youth today.
I'm telling you, to tell them that it's possible. Thank you so much. You've really been an inspiration to all of us here. Thank you. All right, so before we go, thank you, ladies, Elsie and Uti. Before we go, do ensure you follow us. Is at PlusTvAfrica. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, we are planning a huge giveaway to say thank you to you for watching in Ways and believing in the brand. So do well to follow us. Follow us now. It's at PlusTvAfrica. Like, share, and invite your friends and family to watch the show and follow as well. So in case you missed today's quote, here it is again. Courage is the most important of all virtues, because without courage, you cannot practice any other virtue consistently. And I think DFLEX is an embodiment of courage. Thank you so much. I've really been inspired tonight. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.